welcome back. Welcome back. We are still talking about love. Is love enough to sustain my marriage? Coaches, we have different types of love languages, right? And I know they say there are 5. Well, as per the books that I've been reading, reading, they say they've got 5 love languages. But then how do we now get to understand your love language? Let's say the way you love me, it comes up as an aggressive way or an abusive way. Do I just have to accept to say that that is your love language and I have to take it in as it is like that?
Remember, you asked me about my upbringing, and I gave an example of the 2 different parents who raised me. You know, one had that what do they call it, tough love, whereas the other one had the soft, you know, kind of love. So as a person, you need to have your own definition of love, and in most cases the definition is influenced by different scenarios. You know, your upbringing, the people that you have been with as you were growing up, and they were showing you different types of love, and to you brought that into one umbrella and thinking, well, this is how love is. And the unfortunate part of it is that there are those that were raised in very unfortunate situations where the parents were abusive, you know, to each other and to the children, and that person sees that as a way of love because mama uduti, even though my dad was like this, or my dad uduti, even though my mother was like that. Now, that actually informs their decision in terms of saying what love really is. But as you grow up, like I said, I had the grace to grow up and say, but Lord, what is your kind of love? I need to understand what love is so that I don't find myself in a situation where I am caught between this aggressive love is the kind of love that I need, or this soft love is the kind of love that I need. I need a balance. So as you grow, you learn to create your own definition of love. You learn to create your own principles and boundaries. You also learn to have deal breakers. Because soft love does not necessarily mean that it is there's the absence of tough love. There are people who have tough love but they are soft. So the character that you build in love will definitely show you that this I cannot relate to. In biblical terms, we would say, you know, my spirit cannot connect to this kind of love. And the moment the spirit in you is aggrieved, then you need to understand that it's time to communicate instead of me just succumbing to this type of love. So you find people staying in abusive love, kind of love, or in aggressive kind of love because they themselves do not understand what love or how love should be. So it is important that from that moment on, the moment it starts to hurt you, then that is the time that you have to sit down and say, let's communicate because I cannot relate to this kind of love. And if we need mediation, let it rather be there. We know when we are doing wrong. You know when you are abusing someone. Nobody does not know. Yes, there are influences, you know, that might actually obscure you somehow, that you don't understand that, but me being aggressive on her, I'm actually hurting her. I'm not showing the kind of love that she is actually used to. But that is when the moment the spirit brings to remembrance, and it also tells you that no, that is not how you should love, then take a step back and say, how can I love you better? Because the only way I can love my wife better is if she communicates with me and say, this is what I understand love to be. This is how I understand love to be. Can we then meet each other halfway? Let me hear your understanding of what love is. Then we will be able to work together. Because until we get to that point, we will be the two that are working together, whereas we are not in agreement. And that is where abuse is inevitable.
So these are the indicators that we actually need to look out for, right? To say, okay, this type of love languages is not what I would love in my life. Now, do you break it right there? Or you can actually try to help somebody to say, based on I love him or her, maybe I can help him. But is that person ready for that help? Or is more of saying, your way, your way? Because I feel like that's when we misunderstand each other. Like we want perfection in people. And when you come up with this type of personality, we're like, oh, I don't want this. Now, where do we build if we are their society of not me, not for me, not for me?
I think for me as well, you know, love doesn't hurt. So the moment the other one is uncomfortable, then you must know that something is not going right. But what also interrupts, just in addition to what to add to what Thabo was saying, that remember in relationship we bring ourselves in the relationship. I bring myself, my past pains, my disappointments, my anger, a whole lot of things that I carry as a person. And I want to be one with this one. But these ones keep interrupting. I'm trying to love you, but in my mind, I've seen so many things that have hurt me, and I'm trying to protect myself this time.
Okay.
I've seen a woman who was raped previously. Now, in the marriage, because she never healed from what she experienced in her past life, the intimacy in the marriage is impacted because of her past experience, because she didn't heal from that. So even though the husband is there, loving her, showing affection, but she's got issues by herself. So I just want to add to what I was saying, to say, yes, love is there, but our own issues as individuals, if we do not take care of ourselves, are the ones that then make us to project even what hurts the next person.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. It's been lovely, and time was short today. Hey, but hey, viewers, they are saying that you have to fix you. Yeah, if you grew up in that losing family, the problem is you. It's not the other person. So try by all means that you fix yourself, so that you can have a beautiful and healthy marriage that you know you and your partner deserve. Until we meet again.